But this is a really good football player, man. Now, I'd be fine with it. I've been fine with it since February when I brought his name up. But I want to know what your reaction is. David, some of the ticket texts coming in, and we'll go to the callers.
Wilson at 6, yes. Add Cansey at 18, and perhaps Mozzie at 48 for that giant body. Michael in Ferndale.
I think that's a little bit much in the front seven. Now, I've mentioned Mozzie in the second round, and I have no issue with it. At 340 pounds, and he has a very specific role, I'm fine with it. Cansey's a different player, guys. Cansey is not going to be, not at his current weight, he's not going to be an every down D tackle. Oh, I know Aaron Donald was short too. No, this kid's short and only weighs like 260. Highly productive player, really good football player. But like, are you really going to go edge, D tackle, That's just a little bit too much of a good thing.
Give me the best edge available at 6, and I'll be happy as a pig in mud.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, sir.
I'm on board with Wilson at 6. My one question, though, does he go 1 or 2 in last year's draft had he been available, in your opinion?
The problem is what the Jags did upset the apple cart. Trent Baalke did what he always does, and he drafted traits or measurables. Aiden and Kayvon were, to me, 1 and 2. And both ended up playing that way. Like, if the Lions had drafted Kayvon and the Giants drafted Aiden, we'd both still have great football players. I just, it's hard to say because, again, guys, what the Jags did upset the apple cart and everything. Would Tyree Wilson have been better than Kayvon by grade? It's probably a push. I still think he's probably a top 5 guy, top 6 guy. But that's really hard to say, for me at least.
Tyree and Hutch would be 2 massive bodies on the edge. I want Tyree Wilson over Anderson because he won't get bullied up front.
Yeah, well, just remember something. You can say they're both good players without slandering another. Good luck getting your hands on Will Anderson. Guy may as well play with 2 machetes. I mean, like, he's so... I mean, Kenny, you're an SEC guy. There aren't too many non-Georgia players you get scared of. Will Anderson's a nightmare.
Yeah, Will Anderson is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, how many guys bullied Will Anderson?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot.
Take it easy. Let's go to Paul, 97.1. What's up, Paulie?
Hey, fellas. I'd be perfectly fine with Wilson. I've been saying for weeks or thinking that he could go ahead of Anderson. Anderson's a linebacker. I mean, he's a terrifying linebacker, but
right.
Linebackers don't go in the top 5. Defensive ends do, especially huge ones. And I think he could get up. I think he could be in the top 5. I really do. Well,
and again, Paul, I don't want to get tripped up on the verbiage. They're both edge players. You know what I mean? Will Anderson's not
right.
a linebacker per se. They're edge guys, and their primary is going to be go get the quarterback. But Tyree has a different skill set because he can get in there on first and second down, and he's absolutely a plus player against the run.
Yeah, he will never have the burst, but he's a bowling ball.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get him moving, you cannot stop him.
He's got really long arms, too. Like, he's got a couple of plays. Like, if you go back and watch the game they played against, I think it was TCU, he just reaches out with one hand and, like, rips Max Duggan's head off. Like, he's getting blocked by 2 people, and he's like, oh, hey, you, come here. I just got to give you a free sample here. Like, he's just a mammoth human being. So, yeah. And again, the Lions don't want drama. And I know I don't care. Like, I don't care what Jalen Carter did. I have been clear about that. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. Are you a good football player? I also, if Jalen Carter made one mistake in his life, doesn't mean he's a bad person. So the point I'm making is, if they took Jalen Carter, I'm equally as happy. But they're different players. So I still want to pair up an edge opposite Aiden, because that enhances what I'm able to allow Aiden to do.
And to your point about the wingspan, I believe it was Tyree Wilson where his wingspan equaled the height of Giannis. I believe that was true from the combine.
David, it might take me 2 commercial breaks, but I will find you a clip of what he did to TCU. And I at least just want you to see it, because it will back up your claim right there. It was like the Pink Panther when they put the hook out there and they rip him off stage. You're like, oh my God. Jesus. Let's go to Jay, 97.1. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Good. I was going to say one thing that we might be forgetting is the 6th or 7th round edge rusher that we have last year. That's like a pure third down or 2-minute drill pass rusher.
Yep.
What's his name?
Houston. James
Okay.
Houston.
So if you're crafting a defensive line, wouldn't Tyree Wilson make sense?
Sure.
Because you have the two outsides in Aiden and Tyree. They're solid, 1 through 3. And then during the 2-minute drill, you could just put one of them on the inside and have like that NASCAR package.
Yeah, and that's, you're right, is that I don't think you can ever have enough pass rushers. Power rushers, speed rushers. Like, if I will have as many as 8. That's how my Giants won a couple of Super Bowls. Jay, you're thinking about it more based on role, but you're not wrong. Because on third down, can I have all 3 of those guys on the field? Absolutely I can. Yes. And that's how you create huge problems for the team you're playing.
Yeah, exactly. Just creating the room is, I think, maybe what they're going for. Who cares about the individual player? I got a room of guys.
Yeah. And again, as you go through a season, injuries, snap counts, when you get to a point where you're in these winner-take-all games, you want to have as many fresh pass rushers as you can. Because when it is week 20 of a season and you're outside and it's 10 degrees, no one's healthy, if you can put guys out there that are a little less tired, a little fresher, and they have one job to do, I'm telling you, the impacts of it are mammoth. And you're just able to overwhelm your opponent. I mean, it's no secret why Philly and San Francisco, and for a few years, Tampa, ran the NFC. You saw what Tampa Bay did to Kansas City in a Super Bowl. And that was a lot more than just Shaq Barrett. You see what San Francisco does every week, what Philly has done for years. They have a deep, diverse D-line room, and they just keep, as Kenny likes to say in the grand sport of hockey, rolling 4 lines.
Yeah, that's like your Giants did back in the day when they won the Super Bowl.
At 8 guys. So I have no issue with it. I just worry people are going to be a little bummed out. I don't want them to be bummed out. I want them to be excited. But we'll see. Because, David, I am excited. It's 2 weeks from today.
I know. That's
2 weeks from
exciting.
today, we have actual players, and we're going to get to talk about more selections in the second round. Thank God, because I can't take any more of the mocks. 248-539-9797. I'm going to get more of your calls. Ooh, David with a note here on our living document. We have some new names for the Pistons head coaching search.